Good morning, everyone. I decided to take my video outside today because it was such a beautiful day. It's a little bit cool here in Florida, but the birds are singing and the sun is shining and it's just a beautiful day. I decided to make this video today because I've been having a dilemma with the school. This is the first year really that I've ever had a real problem with the school. And we have a new principal. I don't know if that's part of it. And my son's now in the 4th grade. And it just seems like this whole year there's just one thing after the other. This time, 2 days ago, my son comes home and tells me that 2 girls made allegations against him. They said he used the N-word to them. Now, if you've seen my other video on racism, it's highly unlikely that my son said the N-word. Actually, it's impossible. First of all, I don't raise him that way, and he doesn't see color at all. He plays with anybody on the playground, he talks to anybody, he never even mentions stuff. I mean, when I ask him about people, he'll describe them, and we're called Peach, which we really aren't, but whatever. And I think the school does that, characterizing them by shades. Because when I went to school, it was black and white, but now it's light brown, tan, peach, whatever. So, these 2 girls actually have history with my son. The one, I had to write to the school because it was so bad. She was writing him love letters and always constantly by him and just driving him insane and sticking notes in his backpack, and then he was getting in trouble for notes being received when he wasn't even doing that. They were being passed to him by her, and that finally stopped. And the other girl we have history with too. She left a huge gouge on my son's shoulder, swinging him around the playground, and hurt him that in the real world, like I told the school, those would have been battery charges. They chalked it up to, oh, kids playing. Not really thinking so. My son is very tiny and he's like off the chart small. So small that the doctor wants to send him to a specialist to be checked. We've already had a hand scan for his bones and he's fine. But they're concerned about him being so tiny. And this girl is the opposite. She looks like a teacher. She's taller than me, she's larger than me, she's just a big girl. So she's probably at the 100% or off the charts the other way. So, I mean, swinging him around, If it was a kid his own size, maybe they could say it was playing, and she does get bossy with him and tries to be the teacher. So the 2 girls that made the allegations are 2 of the children that we've had problems with in the past. And the teacher was concerned, apparently, as my son tells me, that it was 2 people saying allegations against 1 person. Well, that's not unusual. How about in the real world, when someone commits a crime, and then they have another person who verify the crime, who are the accessory to the crime? That's not unusual. To me, it's not. So, a poll was taken in the classroom by the teacher, according to my son, and the other children said they never heard him say this, and they've never heard him ever say this. So now I'm kind of concerned. So a whole class says that my son has never ever said anything like that, and no one ever heard it this day, yet 2 girls who made the allegations are what we're basing this on. And then when my son went to school yesterday, he was ambushed right when he walked in the door. He was on his way to the free breakfast, didn't even make it there, got ambushed at the door by his teacher and the principal. This is the same principal that I have been trying to get her to meet with my son over a drawing class that he's desperately wanting. And she could never make the time to meet with him one-on-one and explain why her budget will not allow for a drawing class and why they don't feel it's important. Yet, she makes the time to deal with allegations based upon 2 girls that we have history with. Could it be that these 2 girls are lying? It's possible. Will anything come of it if they are? Probably not. But if my child did use the N-word, something was planning on coming of it. He was told about getting days off from school. To me, that's called suspension. Do you think that's fair? So, and she used something called Powercharged words. He asked me what it meant. I said, did you ask her? He says, no. Why didn't she explain it? That's another good question. If you're going to talk to somebody about something, shouldn't you make it on their level where they understand what you're saying? I would think so. So my concern is if they say my son, if he used a power charged word, and if he used the N word, that he's going to get days off. So now let me throw that back at them. When it is validated, because it is when, not if, they verify that these two girls lied, should they not get suspension? Because they lied about someone using a power charged word. It isn't just lying. It's lying and causing an uproar. And nothing can be changed. If someone thinks that my son said that, harm is already done, and he's already labeled as something that when a hater, when he's not even a hater, he's a lover of everybody. He is actually the most compassionate child I know. He teaches me things. He stops with the handicapped people at the entrance to the Winn-Dixie and stuff and talks with them. He wants to know what happened to him. He wants to feel with them. He asks them questions. He wanted to run around in the parking lot collecting pennies for them. At one point in Walmart grocery store, he crawled around on the floor against my better judgment and collected pennies. And on the way out, they were collecting for children, underprivileged children. He asked me, could he donate the money that he found inside the Walmart store to the cause? Of course you can donate the money. I mean, that's a wonderful thought. I mean, most kids would want to keep the money. No, he wanted to donate it and help them. They're children in need, he told me. Yes, they are. And you're lucky that you're not one of them. So yes, we should give. So I want to ask you, I'm going to put it to the internet jury. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that if these girls are found to be liars, which I know they are, and I'm 100% fair with my children. If they do something wrong, I'm the first one to come down on them. The first one. You know, we preach equality, yet we don't go by it. We don't go by it. And how is that even fair? So, damage is done to my child, so shouldn't someone else suffer too? And he's been put through the ringer and interrogated by the principal. He was crying and shaking and so scared. The principal should be someone you go to, should be a guidance person. It shouldn't be someone that you fear. The last principal we had, when my child had problems or issues or he felt something wasn't right, he would go there himself and just talk to him one-on-one as a person and get his opinion or just talk it out and then form his own opinion when he got done by having someone to talk to. He has no one to talk to. I've recommended he go to the counselor anytime he wants, once a month even, just to talk about schoolwork or other kids or things going on in his life or changes happening, because he's at the age where he's stuck between a baby and almost a teenager. You've got to have questions. Sometimes you don't want to talk to your mother or your father about them. And the guidance counselor has training in this. Do you think they send him? No. I've recommended it more than once. So, you know, is the school letting me down? Because I think they are. And I don't think it's fair. So let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know what you think should happen to these girls if they are found guilty of lying on a power-charged word. Not just lying, a power-charged word. Apparently, this is a whole different ballgame. So let me know. Also, watch my video I did on racism. It will tell you all about me and my children and our beliefs and how we run our household. I'm Vicki Brown. My website is fighttheforcesofevil.org. I hope you like well, I know you like this video because if you're a parent, you can relate to what I'm going through. I know you do. I'm not the only one out there. I may be the only one that speaks up out there. I didn't have my cape and my little tiara today, but I'm going to get one for my next video because I'm all about fighting the forces of evil. And this isn't something scary or about the government. Some people get scared about this. This is about life. There is evil at every turn, and you know what? I meet the challenge. I don't go looking for problems, but when they come my way, I'm ready. I'm not going to sit idle and let my child go down the drain because someone just decides to pick on him. That's not going to happen. So, give me your opinion. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think should happen. Tell me if this has ever happened to you. Till the next video, have a great day.